are we worried about any of these teams that lost last week?
I'm really not. I think when it comes to Dallas, you're looking at like a team that obviously in that that first quarter, missing on fourth down twice in a row. That it's just brutal. It takes points off the board. It really puts your team in a position that it should have never been in at the beginning with. So I really think that was just a fluke of a situation. When it comes to Buffalo, you're looking at a team full of guys that are used to about 40 degrees in the last few weeks, 40 to 50 degrees, and then you go down to Jacksonville and it turns out to be 90 degrees and sunny. Am I giving them an excuse for having a letdown game? Absolutely. Buffalo has shown me on both sides of the ball that they're a good team. They were able to stop Jacksonville just as much, and I know Jacksonville had positive field position on certain situations in that game. So, you tip your hat to Jacksonville. It's a good win for them. But Buffalo is just a slight letdown. I think they get right back to it this week. But, I read something earlier about midweek. I think there was a situation where the coach was extremely yelling at them. They were not practicing great. Yeah. So Buffalo's they're hitting a little bump in the road, in which seemed like a pretty smooth approach to try to get to an AFC championship. You always deal with bumpy roads, and this is just one of them right now for them. And they got to go play the Jets right now, and the Jets are a must-win for them. So really all the pressure's on them to come out there and perform. They got to go to New York right now and beat a division rival, a team that is clearly got issues of their own. Yeah. And you got to find a way to beat them. But the White Knight's coming, baby.
Well, with Buffalo, that worried me only because they scored 6 points against Jacksonville. And they didn't do it. They made mistakes. Josh Allen made mistakes. I mean, it was pretty cool, to be honest with you. You had Josh Allen on Jacksonville, pick him off, sack him, and recover a fumble from Josh Allen all together. It was cool. Everybody was talking about it. But altogether, I mean, Bills and the Cowboys, their strength of their team, their offense, wasn't good in both of these games. Yeah, you had the Cowboys the Cowboys were basically shut out. I'll give it a shutout to Denver because they scored 16 points in the last 3 minutes of the game. But
you don't realize, but when you look at the standpoint of is what I just said, the 2 fourth down,
non-conversions, that put them.
You got to remember they were moving the ball on both drives.
Yeah,
there was no doubt about it. They literally were running the football well and obviously passing. Dak was doing a great job very early on. I really don't put the miscredit to Dak. I thought he did a good job moving the football overall in that game. It's just unfortunate that certain things would occur and penalties and whatnot that just really were completely deading their drives completely. So, but it's a game at home, a game they definitely felt like they should win. Now they have a big game today against Atlanta, and no one's a bigger fan of the Dallas Cowboys this week than me because I'm going with them in suicide. I'm hoping.
That's scary, to be honest with you.
That's the thing. I'm really hoping it deters a lot of people from taking them. I mean, this is real talk right now. We're at the real talk stage, and you're just hoping that it deters people from taking the Dallas Cowboys. But I have no problem taking them today. I think at home, I think this is a bounce back opportunity for them. They still are a very good team on both sides of the football, and I give them the edge on both sides in this game.
Yeah, the thing that worries me with the Cowboys now is just, you lose Randy Gregory for a couple of weeks now to a calf injury. So now you don't have either one of your defensive ends in DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory. So that's probably going to pull Micah Parsons from playing linebacker to rushing the quarterback. So that's a little difference when it comes to the defense. The offense, last game, Dak was a little off. Maybe just having that week off was a little bit of a rust kind of thing. So hopefully we see a little bit of Dak that we saw in the previous games before getting hurt.
Well, it's simple for Dallas. They need to go out there and run the football. Run.
Yeah.
And then the game becomes so easy for Dak. It's been like that all year.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't just sit there and I don't see Dallas coming out and throwing right away because the first person to critique that would be me. I mean, I would look right away and be like, why do they keep throwing it nonstop? Like, why did they throw it twice on fourth down when you run the football the way you do?
Yeah. I to be honest with you, I think it's one of those, they were kind of feeling themselves. Everybody was talking about them. Everybody was saying, oh, maybe they're the best team in the NFL because they can go in to a tough team in Minnesota, go on the road and beat Minnesota with your backup. Everybody was kind of like, oh, wow, maybe this team is for real. and then you go home and you get punched in the mouth by Denver. So maybe this is the wake-up call. Maybe this is the game that the Cowboys needed to kind of be like, you know what, this is real. If we don't play to our potential, anybody could punch us in the mouth. So with Dallas, am I like, total panic mode? No. It sucks because the Rams lost as well, so the Cowboys would have had a game up on the Rams in the NFC, conference-wise. But, it was kind of house money. They're still tied with the Rams.
For more Running Up the Score, go follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at RUTS Sports.